Welcome to Wild West Championship Wrestling Presents. Welcome to the West. I'm Challon, your host, and with me today I have Chaz Masters and the Prospector, one of the commentators for W.W.C.W. How are we doing today, guys?
Doing good.
I'm well. Yourself?
I'm doing pretty good. So, before we begin, let's talk about this new company in Reno, Wild West Championship Wrestling. So, Chaz Masters,
That's the name.
you are the owner and operator of this up-and-coming wrestling company, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, perfect. So tell me, Chaz, where exactly did you get the idea for the company, and what was the process behind it?
Well, you and I worked together a few years ago with your brother's company with PWD when he was training me.
That's correct.
And Doug came on as a cameraman back then, and he's my cousin. Things happen. PWD wound up, going the way of the dinosaur. It does happen. There wasn't a lot going on up here, and I still had the bug. And the more I worked with your brother, the more the bug, started gnawing at me. And then I remember when I was a kid and I got DDT'd, I didn't like it, but I love wrestling. So I went researching names. All the names I liked were taken, and then one day I did it as a joke when he said that I should do something Western, and it just clicked.
Oh, well, awesome. So tell me, Chaz, exactly, besides PWD and everything like that, tell me exactly what is your background and credentials for being an owner and operator of a wrestling company?
Money, no. So when I was growing up as a kid, everyone's a wrestling fan, but that doesn't exactly make you credible to be the man behind the scene. When I was a teenager, my first job was in dealing with radio and video and everything for the Private Industry Council. We made a video we sent to Congress. And then as I became an adult, wrestling still wasn't an option, but I went to the military. And there's a whole nother slew of things you learn there about everything and everything you didn't want to know. And then I said, well, I want to try out radio. I had all these aspirations. Radio's got money in it. No, there's no money, no. I showed up at the radio station expecting to see Ferraris and Porsches and the DJs that I've known for years now that I used to listen to, that, I thought all these great things are driving beat up Astro vans. So 9 years doing that, and then you had 3 years training with your brother, 2 years going behind the scenes with other companies doing it, and then another 3 years just doing my own investigation led me to the point of I can't do it right now because of my weight, obviously, and a blown shoulder I have, but I can still put others over, and I can still get this company and this county and this district what it wants.
Awesome. Well, thank you. But I also have here with us one of the commentators, the color commentator, the Prospector. How are you today?
I'm doing well, thank you.
Good. So tell me about yourself and exactly what your background is.
Well, kind of like Chaz, we've done lots of different things. I've been a wrestling fan since I was a kid. I liked it. I thought it was fun to watch. I can see myself out there. Sadly, with all my soccer injuries, I just can't do it. So I'm like, well, I can do voices, so I decided to come up with a character, and came up with Prospector.
Awesome. Well, amazing.
And that was kind of a joke, the little ha-ha to Chaz, like, hey, how about if I do this? And he goes, oh, yes.
Sometimes that happens.
And I'm like, well, shoot.
I run with things. Well, speaking of running with things, well, how about a little about you? We know that you and I met. They have no clue anything past that.
Well, okay, so me, yes, my brother owned PWD, and I was one of the owners, and I was the ring announcer, vocalist, and
So you sing?
I do sing. Yes.
Besides our national anthem, is there anything else you sing?
I sing everything.
I see.
Country music. I sing Christmas. A lot of stuff.
Christmas will have some good things coming.
I've been on The Voice. I've been on America's Got Talent.
A billboard.
A billboard, yes. I've been on many commercials. Actually, when I was 12 years old, I sang the national anthem for the Pittsburgh Pirates World Series game, televised nationally. So I have a lot of background, and I love being in the limelight, and I've been around wrestling since I was probably a baby, actually, to be honest with you.
So what made you sit down roots with us?
Getting back into it, when my brother got called to Los Angeles to pursue his acting career and PWD closed, it really broke my heart because I had so much fun getting out there and putting on entertainment for people here in Nevada, and it was something that I was very saddened about. And so when you guys got a hold of me and, said, hey, do you want to do this? It was kind of like a dream come true. Hey, I'm back in it. I had some kids and got married, and now I'm, getting back into something that I used to do all the time, and it's a really big joy.
So we should add mom to your title as well now?
Yes, mom, wife, everything. Well, yeah, that's about me. So we're going to take a small commercial break. Stay tuned. When we come back, we'll be talking a lot more. We'll be right back.
One of the great things about ordering meals from Mother of Macros is that you can do it from the comfort of your own home. Click the national or local delivery link to access the menu, and we'll ship the meals right to your door. We understand you won't always have time to plan, shop, prepare, and cook to provide healthy nutrition for your family, so the process is simple and saves you hours. We know you're busy, so our meals are professionally prepared and packaged. You only need to heat them up and enjoy. We provide macro-balanced, delicious meals chock full of fresh, local ingredients with none of the stuff you don't want to eat. Plus, our menu changes every week, keeping your taste buds wanting more. We take care of your meals so you can worry about everything else on your list. Mother of Macros.
Sip daringly under a ladder to the enticing aroma handcrafted by talented baristas. Local and veteran-owned, Superstitions Java is a themed gourmet coffee shop established in 2020. The vision began 20 years ago when the owner and her 3 young children created the unique decor, name, and menu. By supporting this fun local indie coffee shop, you support an entire community. The owners, baristas, handcrafted wood fire roasted coffee, and the chef creating the gourmet donuts sold here are all local. Located at 440 East Golden Valley Road in the North Valleys. Open 7 days a week. Hurry in for Reno's best tasting avocado toast using the owner's secret recipe. Enjoy a wide range of espresso drinks, matcha, green tea lattes, Mexican mocha, love potion number 9, and a magical tasting unicorn tea with incredible health benefits. So put your fears aside and visit Superstitions Java today.
And welcome back. So now we're going to go ahead and talk about some of the talent that we have with the company.
Oh, you got talent we want to talk about today?
We are.
Oh my, I wasn't prepared.
So tell me, who is this man, Brian Baldwin? And where exactly did you find him?
Brian Baldwin. So, Brian managed to swindle me. He has an unfireable contract.
Oh.
I can't fire him. I made a deal. He upheld his end. I didn't think it was possible. He got me a star, brought the guy out, got him a deal, and now I can't get rid of him. He's the biggest thorn in my butt.
Oh my goodness. Okay.
He's the general manager. He goes against everything I say half the time.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
That can be very frustrating.
You think?
Well, moving on. What's the deal with this one? Andrew Arch? I mean, what's his deal?
Well, every owner needs a monster. Someone that will do my bidding when I need it done, without question.
So like a handyman.
Yes, he's my fixer.
Oh, okay.
Remember back in the 80s?
He's like a mafia guy.
Kind
He
of.
does your dirty work.
Yes. Well, remember John Bradshaw used to do whatever Vince said and hurt people in the ring?
Definitely.
That's my Andrew.
That is him. All right. Awesome. Perfect. All right. Well, so why don't you tell us about Chris Blaze?
Chris Blaze, this kid has got it all, like stacked and packed. He can high fly, he can jump, he can catch things in the ring, and he's definitely, I can put my middle class division on him for the next 10 years. This is like a mix of Chavo Guerrero and Shawn Michaels without hair.
Oh, wow. Awesome. Yeah, I've seen some of his stuff. He seems pretty good. So,
And he's got etiquette. He can talk on the mic.
He does. So moving forward, so this awesome wrestler is Christian Black, who is actually one of the new tag team champions and the Outlaw champion, which makes him the first dual title holder for the company. Let's talk about him.
Let's talk about Christian Black. Christian Black actually goes back to the PWD days.
He does.
Remember your wrestler, the Iceman?
I do.
He made his debut as one of our refs back then, at the same time as Iceman debuted. And there was just something about him. I've watched him from back then, And then he got in the ring. His first match for the company was actually for the heavyweight championship, which he got screwed out of.
Okay.
So, and then at our second show, we had a wedding. Okay. One of our wrestlers got married. And
I heard about that. Awesome.
he interrupted the wedding to get the title.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah. So I have nothing but respect for him. Wild West is about taking chances and making a mark, and the man made the mark.
Oh, definitely. I mean, Christian Black, as you said, he goes back to PWD, and I mean, it was wonderful to see him again. Definitely. So, awesome. And then this guy is actually Jay Paul. He is the other tag team champion, and him and Christian Black make up the team of Omega. So where is he from, and how did he come about the company?
Well, so I saw, when we used to wrestle and travel, I saw Omega before they were Omega, and it was him, Christian, and Hakeem, who are all now Omega and doing the tag team division the same style as the Freebirds. Any one of the three can actually defend the titles, the tag titles. But Jay Paul, he's got that specialty to him. He ticked me off. Like, so this is where Baldwin and I butt heads. Baldwin gave him and Casey Sanders a title shot for the tag team titles when no one else was available from Omega. That's not how we do things. I make the matches, Baldwin makes the matches. We don't go out there, and they don't just happen on the fly.
I mean, it's the promoters. It's the promoters and owners that make everything. So, yeah, that's not cool.
But he came out. He was respectful to me. He went with what I said. And, I mean, look at the man's goatee.
Oh, yeah.
I mean,
You guys have something in common.
yes.
Yeah, definitely.
He's
That's
definitely a
how I
man
see
with a
it.
plan.
Oh, awesome.
Ah.
So this guy, this is Tyson Reigns. He is a local fan favorite, and he is the former two-time Outlaw champion. Let's talk about him for a minute.
So he's the one that got married, as a matter of fact.
Awesome. That's amazing. So he obviously, is able to, his spouse is very
Supportive
of his wrestling career, so that's good.
It does help that I don't have wives calling me up going, my husband got hurt in your ring, why? Well, not my fault.
That's the name of the game.
And
That's
speaking of that, Tyson here on his wedding night also got injured and got put on the shelf for a few months.
Yeah, he tore something in his rotator. Actually, due to COVID being put on the shelf, he's actually able to make it back for our show.
Awesome. Well, good for him. He pushed through it, definitely.
He did lose the title and win the title back and lose the title that night.
Yeah. Oh, wow.
But
Whiplash.
yeah. But when you look at it, I mean, look at that. That's a face that you can go, that's got potential.
Determination.
Yeah.
Definitely.
He does have
determination in there. But
Maybe a little sweat and smell.
Yes, that too. I mean, I would definitely not want a hug from him right now.
I never want to.
And this is CJ, this last picture, is actually CJ Dirt. He is one half of the American Degenerates who were actually defeated at the last show for the tag team titles. Let's talk about him.
So CJ Dirt has a tag team partner that is interesting. I hadn't had a chance to work with him up until the last show. CJ got a hold of me and said that he would love to go in our tag team division. He had a partner. I was like, great. And then he pitched me his team, and I was like, I love it, They come from, what is it? They come from America's local something or other.
Finest trailer park in America.
Yeah.
Trailer park in America.
And the fans love them. I mean, though they didn't win, Omega definitely dominated.
Oh, definitely.
But they did show that they can go the distance in our tag team division, so I'm definitely happy to have them here. And the mullet. I mean, come on now.
Oh, yeah.
The mullet.
Yeah. Bringing back the 80s.
And that was an off the hook match for the tag team.
It definitely was. I will say it was.
And then we had the power outage, which kind of cut the show short. So
yeah, that was.
They went from being
unfortunate.
mid-card to main event. So that should make them happy.
Exactly.
So, well, let me ask you some questions. As you came back with us, and now you're hosting a show. Mm-hmm. Congratulations.
So, thank you.
What made you pick Prospector to be your partner?
Honestly, he has a way with words. He knows what he's talking about, and he's a joy to speak with, and the fans love to listen to him.
Well, what about me? We used to work together.
Well, yes, but you kind of are scary.
Well, one thing we haven't heard out of Prospector today, is how you talk on the mic.
Oh, you want to hear Prospector?
Well, we should show the people who Prospector is.
Well, Prospector, I'm the Prospector, and see, I come from Virginia City, and I mine all the metal for all the melts, And so then I call the shots, or at least try to, and well, it's pretty fun.
Now, who wouldn't want to have that as your co-host?
I admit, I don't mind stepping back. Toothless aggression over here. I got it.
Yeah, definitely. Awesome.
So let me ask you the all-time question here that no one ever gets to ask. What's it like working with wrestling and being a parent at the same time, especially of young children?
Oh my goodness. I think because I've been around it for so long, it really doesn't make that big of a difference. I know the ins and out of the company. I know about wrestling, and having children, of course, my 6-year-old who came to the last show, she's never been to a wrestling show ever, and never watched it, and she had a blast, and now she fights my husband, and
Who wins?
She throws him off the couch and gets on and then puts her hands up and says she's the couch champion of the world.
Oh my.
So I do need to get her a belt. I definitely think that's
Prospector
something.
says he minds the gold.
Yeah, definitely. So it's awesome to see what I grew up with doing with my brother in my kids. It's amazing because my husband's a huge wrestling fan. So
Is he a big guy? Can we get him in a ring?
No.
Could he go toe to toe with the Iceman?
No.
Could he
The
go toe-
Iceman would crush him.
What about Prospector?
I don't know. You might be afraid of my husband.
I heard he wears pink.
He does.
Pink.
Pink and purple is his favorite colors.
Breast cancer awareness?
No, he likes making a statement for himself. He likes being different and being the odd man out. People always think, guys can't wear pink. They shouldn't. And he's like, I don't care. I'm going to do what I want.
Well, a lot of our wrestlers wear pink.
Exactly. And
look at
actually,
Omega.
he's a huge fan of Jeff Hardy. Huge fan. Loves Jeff Hardy. And that's actually, he's been watching him since he was a kid. And actually, the funny thing is my husband is actually, we met at PWD. He was one of our fans. And
Did I meet him back then?
I think you did. He was always at every show, no
Is he the
matter
one that broke
what.
his toe in the ring?
No, he was not that. He came to our Halloween party dressed as Jeff, actually.
Oh, okay. Well, you know what? I'm gonna go a little out of the realm here a little bit. We've talked about PWD and your brother. We haven't given him a name or anything. It would be wrong of me. Definitely as one of his students, to not say, Dustin Ardeen was a great guy as a good coach, and he's doing acting.
He is, yes.
Any chance we might someday be able to get him into our ring?
I'm working on it. He definitely, I'll tell you, he loves his acting. He's doing really well. He's gotten, in a year's time of being down there, he got 9 Best Actor awards, which is unheard of for an indie actor to do so quickly. He's been in the Sundance Festival, but he definitely misses the ring.
The pop.
He misses it. He is yearning to get back in the ring, and he's itching. And so I definitely think if we have a good opponent, I definitely think he'll get back in the ring for us.
If I get back in shape and get the pain taken care of my shoulder, maybe I'll step up for that one.
Maybe. I mean, if you think you're big enough and good enough to go up against a Dream Machine Dustin Ardeen, you're welcome for it.
Big enough, I got that down to spades.
But I mean, you have to remember, Dustin was trained by Dory Funk at the
Worked
Funk
with AJ
Conservatory. Worked
Styles.
with AJ Styles. He was his partner. He's worked with Bret Hart, and so I mean, definitely you have to be ready and willing. But I definitely think we can get him in the ring.
Might be a good thing to get. What do you think?
I'd watch it.
Okay. Goes out.
We'll be right back after this.
As a seller, you want 3 things. 1, to get your home sold quickly. 2, to move on with your life with the most amount of money possible. And 3, with the least amount of hassle. Let's chat over a cup of coffee so you can begin your next journey. Call or text Joe Loyce today to schedule your free consultation. 775-720-3341 and red S169631.
From food truck to restaurant, North Valley's Hawaiian food truck favorite, Aloha Shack. Enjoy Kahlua pork cheese shell tacos, the curry burger, or even Kahlua pork nachos. Aloha Shack just off of Exit 78, open Tuesday through Saturday, 11 a.m. till 8 p.m. with a Saturday brunch served from 11 a.m. till 1 p.m. Takeout only, call 775-622-8825.
All City Lawn and Landscaping, Nevada Contractor License 0086520. We are a locally owned family business, and our crew consists of honest and hardworking individuals who are determined to guarantee client satisfaction. We can take care of all your yard work and landscaping needs. Please do not hesitate to call us today for all inquiries or to schedule your free estimate. 775-720-8794. All City Lawn and Landscaping can do these jobs for you. Book. Need new installation? How about those trenches? We got you. Landscaping, design, and installation. Sod, rock, sprinklers, landscape, and construction on new homes, complete landscaping, renovation, and more. Complete lawn and landscaping maintenance, fertilization, pre- and post-endangerment, irrigation, installation, and maintenance. Pavers with your landscape design. Aeration, detaching, irrigation, turn-on, cleanups. Fully licensed and bonded and insured. You live the city life and leave the lawn care to us.
And thank you for coming back for our show.
All right, so let's talk about Mike Shoup.
Let's not. You guys got this one.
All right. So he went from being a hated villain, being booed, and to now he's being cheered, and he's a fan favorite.
Yeah.
The last show, he said he didn't care what you said, that he was just going to put his title on the line without any approval. I mean, how does that make you feel?
I'll let you floor this one. I have no words for Mike right now. I can't fire him. He's the title holder.
Yeah, he's our W.W.C.W.
I
champ.
make the matches.
And, well, he kind of went off script and defied Chaz Masters and did his own thing.
That's
So,
just not what you do.
He's kind of in the doghouse right now.
That's just not what you do, honestly. I mean,
No,
it's
it's-
the promoters, and it's who's signing your paycheck. That's who you follow.
Yeah, exactly. I don't
No
defy my
etiquette.
boss, you know.
Exactly, you don't.
I get told to do what I'm supposed to do, and I do it, you know.
Exactly. So, speaking of titles, I mean, how many titles does W.W.C.W. actually have?
As of right now, we have the mainstream title, which is the one that Shippy has. Then we have the tag team titles, the women's division title, and my ultimate favorite, the outlaw division.
Okay.
The
All right.
outlaw
So,
title's really nice looking too.
oh, awesome. So, I actually want to talk about the outlaw division later on, but
Oh, excellent.
right while we're on the subject, I mean, let's talk about our current women's champion, Brittany Wonders.
Oh, let's have a talk about Miss
Okay.
Pretty Wonder. So, I understand people are afraid of sicknesses and stuff. I get that. Social distancing's a thing. We're like not sitting here hugging and stuff. I get that. But you're my women's champion. I have now had 3 shows that she would not put that title on the line. So, I'm making an executive decision, and that title will be here next Saturday on this show without her.
Wow, so you're going to be stripping her of the title.
Yes.
So, I mean, here, let's talk about this. So you're going to strip her of this. Now, is it because she's quarantined because of COVID, or is she just blatantly not wanting to defend it?
Well, she's using COVID as the reason now, but we didn't have COVID at the Heartbreak Saloon. She didn't defend the title there,
Oh my
and
goodness.
she won it the first show.
Oh,
She,
wow.
she was a
And she's a
no-show.
fan favorite.
And
Oh, wow.
in my book, you know, if you're a champion and you don't have a match, you still make an appearance.
Well, yeah. I mean, you're a champion. You're basically the best of that division. I mean,
Yeah,
you should
you're
be
the
there.
top tier of
Well,
that.
and here's something that maybe you didn't know about Brittany Wonder. Our main event for our first show wasn't a men's main event. It was our women's title was our main event.
Oh, wow.
And that was a good match too. It was
Brittany and Kimmy tore the house down. Kimmy's got that Undertaker vibe going, and Brittany and her just, it was amazing. They tore the bar apart. The fans loved it.
it was electrifying. I mean, they were getting the fans behind them. They went into the group. I mean, it was just off the hook.
So, Prospector, I mean, you have been on the sidelines. I mean, I just, got to this last show, and but you've been at every of the other ones. I mean, what is your take about the company? I mean, the titles and I mean, Brittany Wonders and everything. What's your opinion on it?
I mean, Brittany Wonders, she's an awesome wrestler. She's a good performer. She needs to make more of an effort to show up for her to show off the title and make
If you want to
appearances.
get paid, you got to show.
The company, we're still in its infancy, but I see a lot of potential in the company. We got a lot of growth.
Yeah, we'll
got
definitely
a lot of good
touch on that
performers too.
because I definitely want to see what our aspirations are about this. So we'll touch on that. But you've been there. I mean, you have seen the way the titles and the title matches have happened. I mean, I mean, what's your favorite title?
Oh God.
Bikinis aren't a division, Prospector, and there's gold lining. Just saying.
I'm gonna have to go with the Outlaw title. That one is my favorite one. Is one of the best looking ones out there. I think
Which is one we need to talk about that because I've heard some awesome things about this title and how it differs from some.
Now that's one thing we should go over. So people that do know us as from our fans, PWD. Whenever you were a title holder, you had to put the belt on the line.
Yes.
We don't do that.
Oh really?
The title doesn't go on the line just because you get in a match. If Prospector got froggy, went over to Shoopy, pimp slapped him to get him in the ring and have a match, that doesn't mean he's getting a shot at the gold.
Oh.
It doesn't automatically give me a title shot.
Well, that's definitely different. And I think it gives the fans something more to look forward to.
Exactly.
Like, is this going to turn into a title match or?
Wait till I give you a little bit about our 1 year match I have for every year. You're going to love it.
Oh, awesome. I can't wait. Awesome.
So before I got behind the commentator desk, I was actually in the audience watching as a fan.
And a cameraman.
And a cameraman at one time as well.
So what made you, just on a side note, what made you go from fan and cameraman that you wanted to be a commentator and the Prospector?
I think it's because I wanted to be part of the company. Instead of being a fan, I want to be in the company.
You wanted to get deep down in.
Yeah, I want to get elbow deep into the grind of things.
Awesome. Well, we're definitely glad. I mean, when I was sitting next to you at the last show, I mean, it was amazing. It was a wonderful experience working with you. So
I had a blast.
Oh,
that was my first show as a commentator.
It was a good show. It was, and you did good.
Oh, I thank you.
I've been around, like I said, I've been around wrestling for a long time, and I've had different commentators I've been around, and I have to say, you did pretty good. For being your first show, I would have never known that it was your first show.
I had a hard time not laughing in the back. I had you guys plugged up so I could hear her and hear you. Every time I heard you talk as Prospector, I'm sitting there trying not to laugh. I would take a drink of my water, and one of the superstars said they watched it come out my nose. I'm like, well, that's not professional.
I have to say, I mean, I've known, him for quite some time, and when he started talking as Prospector, I mean, even me, I don't know if I think I might have started laughing or just was shocked.
Well, you look at him and you don't see it. And that's one of the great things about wrestling in general, is we tell a story, and that's one of the things your brother taught us well, is you tell the story in the ring and you are your character. When he emerged, so yes, Prospector started out as a joke. He goes, I could do this, and my brain just went, oh.
Run with that.
Like, I think we were at Starbucks talking to one of our promoters and stuff, and I think the light just dawned on me before they kicked us out, and I went, you're doing it. Do it.
And it was just off of a joke. She was like, wouldn't it be funny if I was just a commentator and I decided to go, hey, look at this stuff. And he goes, oh my God, yes, you're doing that. I'm like,
I didn't ask him to do it. I just kind of...
Something that's a friendly joke turned into a whole
entire new career for me.
Awesome.
He's also the one that gave you the wisecrack about wanting to call it the Wild West because of Bonanza being on TV.
Oh, yeah. Well, you know what? You're a country boy anyway, so I think...
You're not much different as a country girl.
I'm not.
So, yeah. But,
well, that's a good spot to go into a commercial break. We'll be right back after this.
Are you too tired to cook? Tired of driving into town? Check out Fuego Habanero at Chuck's Market on the corner of Village Parkway and Cold Springs Drive. Come enjoy delicious, fresh, local, and authentic Mexican food such as carne asada street tacos, burritos, and their homemade avocado salsa. Brought to you, the customer, by us at Fuego Habanero.
Realty One Group Eminence is opening doors across the globe. One home, one dream, one life at a time. If you're looking to buy or sell, call or text Jolois Egbert Palmer at 775-720-3341. And tune into her show every Saturday morning at 9 a.m. on CSTV's Facebook page. NRED S169631. You want your home to shine? Well, look no further, because at All About Cleaning Service, we always have room for you. We are licensed and insured local business serving Reno, Sparks, and the North Valleys areas. We also provide service to Fernley. We offer the following services: one-time cleaning, bi-weekly cleaning, monthly cleaning, move-in out, and deep cleans. We are currently running specials for our community. Our girls are reliable, trustworthy, and we can honestly say they are amazing. We put our heart and dedication into what we do. Contact us today, 775-799-0949. Facebook, All About Cleaning Service. Email, allaboutcspro@gmail.com. No mess, no fuss, just cleaning.
Now, welcome back to the show.
I love Prospector.
So as we said earlier, before we went to the commercial, we have a division of Outlaw. The Outlaw Title Division. So explain to me how the Outlaw Title Division differs from a hardcore or an intercontinental title division.
Okay, now you remember at PWD we had the Silver State title.
Yes.
And it was made like a mid-card division.
Yes.
Well, I like that to an extent. So I like having mid-card, but then I thought, I go, why does it have to be a mid-card? Why can't both titles be powerful? So I went looking at it. Intercontinental title matches, Bret Hart versus the British Bulldog.
Yeah.
These were pay-per-view matches that led the pay-per-view. Then I'm like, well, let's make it special. Let's look at the hardcore division. Hardcore's cool. Hardcore's a little rougher than I want to go.
Yeah.
So, okay, what can we take from that? Okay.
No barbed wires.
No. We are going to one of these days have a thumbtack and a tic-tac and a Lego match. I will never be in them.
A tic-tac?
A tic-tac.
Like the breath
Yes.
fresher?
And maybe we'll put CJ Dirt in it.
I can see that. The American Degenerates have to be in that one.
Yes.
Yes,
Just for the
they have to.
breathalyzer. So, I looked at the hardcore division, what I liked about it. No rope breaks,
Okay.
no countouts.
Okay.
So I put that down and said, okay, so no rope breaks, no countouts. Well, what's going to make this one different? Okay, so you can't bring weapons to the ring.
Okay.
That doesn't mean that you can't hit somebody upside the head with the title. We have no Eddie Guerrero thing here. If you knock the champion out with the title, or he does, the Eddie Guerrero toss thing, that don't end the match.
No.
This match ends one of two ways: pinfall or submission.
Okay.
You can't choke him out and knock him out. You still have to pin him.
Oh, wow.
The match is,
So if they're knocked out, we have to wait for them to take a nap and then come back?
if you're going to wait for them, I would walk over and pin them and take the belt.
That's true.
That's
That's
what I would
very
do.
true.
If the match, if it's a main event, like say there's the main match on the card, it's false count anywhere.
Okay.
Otherwise, now it's its own division, so those that aren't in title matches still have to wrestle under those rules.
So that's why we have the dual champion, because it's a completely different division.
Exactly. And instead of it being a secondary division, it has the potential to be the main event if it wants to.
Okay. All right.
It's
that
kind of
makes sense.
revolutionary in its own.
Oh, awesome. Okay.
Which actually, speaking of revolutionary, you're going to love this. So you know how TNA had their feast and famine? You
Yes.
want to or WWE does the briefcase for their title shot.
Uh-huh.
So I'm going to do something just a little bit more grandioso. I'm going to take once a year in January, we take all the men's titles, because can't do this with the women's title. I'm sorry, that's just, it doesn't work.
No.
All the titles go into briefcases that look identical. And then the fifth briefcase goes a #1 contender's contract.
Okay.
They go up in the ring. Nobody knows who's got what. Behind the scenes, even behind the back, nobody knows who wins. It's a literal shakeup. It keeps stories from going stagnant. It keeps things from going stale. Literally, if you were in the match, you could walk away the heavyweight champion. Prospector could go in there as a heavyweight champion and walk out with the #1 contender.
Awesome.
Or Shoopy and Christian Black could walk out, instead of singles champions, tag team champions together.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Okay.
It takes money in the
So
bank.
it shakes
and
things up.
A
Yeah.
lot.
Okay.
It's the idea of money in the bank and like key on a pole, and kind of blends it all together.
What I like is all the other promoters I've talked to are too scared to do it because it takes control out of their hands.
Well, unfortunately, sometimes you need to let go of the reins.
A little chaos. We live in Reno, honey.
Yeah.
Cold Springs, Reno, a little chaos goes a long way.
Exactly. Now, Prospector, earlier you had said that the Outlaw was your favorite division.
Yes.
Now, explain to me why. Is it just that it counts anywhere, or what is so exciting about it?
I think it's the stigma of it being defended anywhere at any time, basically.
No rules.
No rules. I mean, no holds barred.
Awesome.
You know, it's less restrictive than, say, one of the main titles.
Traditional
like
main
the
event.
traditional title belts.
Okay.
Plus, I think the design of it is really nice. It's really pretty. I mean, we saw it on the picture of Christian Black.
I can't wait to see it.
And
haven't
I mean,
seen it
it's
yet.
it's
silver
massive.
black.
It's beautiful. Silver black and there's some blue highlights in it.
Awesome. Well, that's amazing. So,
It got bounced off Tyson Rand's head, made a really good thunk.
It did. I heard it from where I was sitting. I'm like, ooh.
those are always fun.
I remember the old PWD Silver State title, and the individual bounced it off my head. And then I gave the guy a job. I don't know what the hell was wrong with me.
So, let's see. So the Outlaw. So right now we have Christian Black as the Outlaw division title holder.
That's something, yes. So here's the thing I forgot to say with that. So anybody who has a title at any given time can trade that title in for a title shot at any other belt.
So it's kind of like a trading card in a way.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, it's kind of
Any
like a
belt.
wild
Like,
card.
so Mike Shoup could say that he's, he really wants to try the tag team division out. Find himself a partner, trade his heavyweight title in, and boom, he's got a title
So
shot at
that's
tag
with
teams.
any title, not just the Outlaw.
Any title, women's title included.
Oh wow! So what kind of? Speaking of that, I mean, a lot of companies you see that the women's title, they only have the women's title.
Yeah.
So are they restricted from going for only the women's title, or can they potentially have a chance at the Outlaw?
At our second show, CJ Dirt took on CJ Stokes and Alex Black. CJ Stokes is a woman. She won the match in a triple threat
Yeah.
for the right to challenge for the women's title.
But can one of our women wrestlers who has the women's title? I mean, could she potentially win the Outlaw?
Yes.
So I mean, it's a title that's really for anyone.
Yeah. There's no.
She could cash in
limitations.
for the company title.
Awesome. So there's just no saying who could have it.
Yeah.
Right.
There's no restrictions on gender except for the women's title.
And the shake-up once a year.
Now let's just talk about having the women's title. Now, I remember back in PWD days, we had a wrestler that was named Frisco Flame.
I
Now,
remember.
We have Princess Adam Reyes.
Yes, I've seen him. I've heard about him. Now, could one of them go for the women's title?
Without a doubt.
Awesome. So I mean, really, it's just open to everyone.
Actually, I believe Princess Adam asked, he called me up a while back, we were talking, he finally got his schedule for you to come back. He was actually hoping to get a shot at the women's title because he wants out of the tag team division because he hates his partner.
So, and I remember, correct me if I'm wrong, but he was a part of a tag team
With Brad Landon.
with Brad Landon, and it was, they came out dancing to Kesha music, and I mean, I don't remember what his title tag team was.
Oh,
but
God.
they were so like funny and masculine, flamboyant, but they were still masculine, and now he's completely changed, and now he's what,
Pretty Princess Adam Reyes.
Pretty Princess Adam. So he's like, kind of like, from what I've seen some of his shots, is he kind of is like a unicorn, like fairy princess kind of thing.
Our last show, he actually had a little tiara and a little scepter, sparkly scepter thing.
Oh my goodness!
And his title,
Right
he brought one of his titles from another company. I told him to be careful. He didn't listen to me. The other wrestlers took offense to it, and the title got tore up.
Yeah.
Oh
One of the
my
plates got tore off of it.
Goodness.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I did get to see him wrestle a taco once, too.
That's funny.
But that proves something about wrestlers. Okay, it's funny as it is. What we all learn as wrestlers, you've heard your brother say it a dozen times. If you're a good wrestler, you could wrestle a broom.
You can, definitely.
And make it look good.
You can sell a story with an inanimate object.
Princess Adam lost to the taco.
Did he eat it after?
No, I wouldn't have eaten that taco either. It was large and plastique.
Oh.
But he lost to the taco. It got the
Was it
3 count.
at Taco Fest?
Yeah.
Oh, that's what I figured. It had to be a Taco Fest.
He's offered an open challenge to bring the taco back to wrestling for us, and I'm not so sure I want to do that just yet. But I'm thinking about once we have a new women's champion, maybe. Or if the price is right, maybe I'll put him in there for a title
So
shot.
back on the women's championship, just a little side note, while we're on belts and we were talking about the Outlaw, but I have just a question. You're going to strip the women's title.
Yes.
Now, are you going to have like a rumble for who's going to have it, or how are you going to figure out who to put that belt on next?
Well,
what kind of matches are you
right
gonna
off the
have?
bat, CJ Stokes can't come out. She's got prior commitments. But Kimmy was the first person in the match, so obviously I would like to give her another shot.
Okay.
Because she was in the first match. Maybe Pretty Princess. Maybe we talk you into it.
Yeah, no, I don't
I can
know.
see you with the title.
I
sitting
don't know
on
if
your
my
way.
husband would like that very much. I have too many
I think
back
it'd be
problems as
entertaining.
it is.
Then just beat him with the title.
That could work. It's something else I could beat him with.
There you go. But we'll
And
find,
do it
we'll
enough.
definitely find the right woman that fits the company the best way.
Well, that was amazing. So go ahead and stay tuned. We'll be right back.
One of the great things about ordering meals from Mother of Macros is that you can do it from the comfort of your own home. Click the national or local delivery link to access the menu, and we'll ship the meals right to your door. We understand you won't always have time to plan, shop, prepare, and cook to provide healthy nutrition for your family, so the process is simple and saves you hours. We know you're busy, so our meals are professionally prepared and packaged. You only need to heat them up and enjoy. We provide macro-balanced, delicious meals chock full of fresh, local ingredients with none of the stuff you don't want to eat. Plus, our menu changes every week, keeping your taste buds wanting more. We take care of your meals so you can worry about everything else on your list. Mother of Macros.
Sip daringly under a ladder to the enticing aroma handcrafted by talented baristas. Local and veteran-owned, Superstitions Java is a themed gourmet coffee shop established in 2020. The vision began 20 years ago when the owner and her 3 young children created the unique decor, name, and menu. By supporting this fun local indie coffee shop, you support an entire community. The owners, baristas, handcrafted wood fire roasted coffee, and the chef creating the gourmet donuts sold here are all local. Located at 440 East Golden Valley Road in the North Valleys. Open 7 days a week. Hurry in for Reno's best tasting avocado toast using the owner's secret recipe. Enjoy a wide range of espresso drinks, matcha, green tea lattes, Mexican mocha, love potion number 9, and a magical tasting unicorn tea with incredible health benefits. So put your fears aside and visit Superstitions Java today.
And welcome back to CSTV Presents W.W.C.W. Welcome to the West. It's been such a pleasure talking with you guys, but before we go, I definitely would like to know our own personal opinions about this company. Now, Prospector, what are your hopes and dreams for this company moving forward?
How much gold can you get us?
Honestly, I would like to see us be able to open up a school and train up-and-comers.
God, that'd be awesome.
And,
training school,
you know,
awesome.
that's my aspiration. I know that Chaz wants to see that too. But
Now, if we did that, who would our head trainer be?
that's a good question.
Actually, I have a different approach I want to do with head trainers.
Okay. All right. Well, we'll talk about that one. Yeah,
You know,
definitely.
be able to do more live shows, bigger shows.
Bigger shows, definitely.
Have more talent
Bigger the
come
better.
in.
Get you a set for this show.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome. Now, obviously, Chaz Masters, the owner and operator, what are your hopes and dreams about this company moving forward?
So let's be honest. It's a business. So I definitely would like to be able to step away from my 9-to-5 job and run our company 24/7.
Well, who wouldn't?
Be nice.
A lot of people. I would rather have people do it for them, but I like the hands-on feel.
Yes.
What I'd like to see is 2 years from now, our wrestlers under contract with us. Our indie guys being a little bit above the other indie guys, knowing that whether they're in a match that month or that week, they have a paycheck. And whether they are wrestled today or tomorrow, we have a contract with them and they're ours.
So, from my days of PWD, there was an indie promotion. It was BTW, and it was kind of like the indie version of WWE. I mean, is that what you're hoping to become? The bigger and better than BTW?
I'm going to stick my foot out there, and this is probably going to come back to bite me, but I'm going to be honest. If we can't, I want to be no smaller than Lucha Underground.
Okay.
I want to go toe to toe with where TNA is right now.
Awesome. Well, those are great aspirations. Definitely. I mean, so you made this comment about you have a different idea of trainers. Now, what is that idea?
So your brother gave it to me. It was the best idea I've ever seen. So we have head trainers all the time. So you get the same thing over and over, and you do the same thing every week. Well, what if twice a month we brought a veteran wrestler, a Gangrel, or a veteran indie guy out there? Give these kids as they're
Like
getting
the
in the ring.
Ballard brothers.
Are they even active anymore?
One of them is. One of them had, I believe it was Shannon. He had some major knee surgery, and he is just out for.
Yeah, I would love to actually. In that situation, I would love to have one of the Ballards come out because they've been down the road of the indie road.
They've been in Japan and.
But the scene. So if we have say, Prospector was our head trainer, and he's here every week, they're not going to buy that he's an indie wrestler, that he's beat the path down the roads and stuff. You bring out a Gangrel who, even after his big run,
With their experience.
Exactly.
so that these guys know what they're getting into. Your brother, as awesome as he was in training me, until I beat Pavement after PWD closed, I hit TWFs, I hit the BTWs, I hit some little rinky-dink place in Clearwater and a couple others. I got to wrestle in Hawaii. Until I did all that, I didn't grasp the concept of what being a wrestler was. Your brother protected us. And yeah, we protect the stars. We need to. We really do. But at the same time, we got to let them see what's really out there. Because if you protect them, well, look at Ryan. Was so protected, and now he had potential he should be in the WWE.
He should, but unfortunately, and you see it in this day and age, with this kind of company, especially indies. I mean, these guys, they get good, and then they make a name for themselves, and then they kind of get an ego, and it's their ego that causes them to not be in the business anymore, because unfortunately nobody wants to work with them.
True,
And
they
that's
fizzle
one
out.
thing that my brother was always trying to stop. And I will say, yes, he protected his people from those types of people because he didn't want them to hate the industry. He didn't want them to feel like, well, why do I do this? He wanted them to enjoy doing it. He wanted them to have the joy of it.
There's a lot of places your brother protected us from. You get a payday and you leave, and you might travel like Clear Lake. I traveled from Rio Nevada to Clear Lake. That's a 6-hour putt one way. You rent your car, you go down there, you throw on a show for 15 people. They don't even feed you, and you don't even really have a place to change. You're changing in a back room with guys and girls. I mean, yes, as wrestlers, we look at each other as a unisex body, but that's all it is. And then you leave, and your pay today when you leave is $20. It didn't even cover your gas.
Well, no, it doesn't. Now,
And your brother never really went over that with the guys. So you get guys that go, well, I have made it through training. I need to get paid. No. You made it through training. You're going to go sweat, tears, and then on Monday you're going to go to your normal job.
You need to work hard for it.
You have to earn your dues.
Make a name for yourself.
Yeah.
Exactly, Prospector. Exactly. Now, Prospector, what is your? Do you have any thoughts about possibly the training aspect of the company?
I agree with Chaz with the bringing in veterans and doing like seminars and panels.
Okay.
With,
Like a question and answer
Yeah.
type of thing.
All right, fans. In case you didn't know, we have said we are a family show. Our wrestling's a family show. This show's a family show. Challon told you she's a new mom, and as you can see, little one missed mom just a little bit here. And look, the youngest W.W.C.W star we have.
Yes.
So anyhow, you were saying?
Yeah. So what is your? Would you ever? Your aspirations for the company? Are you going to stay a commentator, or would you possibly want to wrestle? I mean, what is your hopes and dreams of being a commentator in this company?
Honestly, I think I'd be more comfortable being on the commentator desk. I don't think my body can handle doing the bumps and running the ropes like everybody else.
It takes a beating.
I have way too many injuries from playing soccer and playing sports, so
Yeah.
I don't think I'd be good in the ring, honestly.
Oh, okay. Well,
I do have a surprise for you.
Oh, what?
So I told you this was a one-off, right?
A what?
The show today was going to be a one-off, right?
Yes.
I lied. So it's going to be a weekly thing.
Oh, awesome.
We're going to give you and Doug the reins. You and the Prospector are going to run it. And up until we get the actual wrestling shows together, you guys are going to be our... So once a week with CSTV, you're going to be live doing the show and getting it out there for everybody.
Awesome, perfect. That's going to be fun.
Surprise!
I love doing this kind of stuff. You know me. Any
This is
chance
gonna
of
be
getting
good.
in the limelight I can, I'll take it.
But we might want to keep Happy Britches here a little bit more happy next time.
Yeah.
Now, your time slot's not permanent. So we are a wrestling company, first and foremost.
Yeah.
But for the next couple weeks, you're the front runner. Before we go back to the action, we've got COVID going on. California's on fire.
Yeah.
I mean, I really don't want wrestlers coming up here and becoming pulled pork or smoked wrestlers. It just doesn't
No,
work.
we don't need
Yeah,
that.
we
It
don't
won't
need
look
that.
pretty, won't smell pretty. I mean, I've smelled burning flesh. It's not a pretty thing to
Yeah,
smell.
no. And with COVID and stuff, some places aren't going to let people in there, and the weather's not always, it's Nevada.
And, with flu season coming up, we're going to have COVID and flu. And unfortunately, we are probably going to have a lot of places getting shut down again. So.
Yeah.
But it looks like November 14th, we'll be getting stuff taken care of to be back to action soon after that.
Awesome. Well, I look forward to that. Now, with this company, I mean, obviously we want it to soar and everything. I mean, what's your hopes? Are you planning on staying an owner, or maybe one day do you plan to get back in the ring?
So I will always stay an owner. I love this. She's my baby. I've thought about bringing a couple of the people on, maybe to be owners. I'll talk to them later down the road. You know full well I missed being taking bumps.
Oh yeah. If it's in your blood, it's in your blood. There's no.
I've got to
coming back
finish
from
getting this down. We know, I blew my shoulder out and I spent 4 years on my back, and I went from 300 to 697 pounds. I'm down to 5 1/4
Well,
without
progress.
surgery.
Progress.
So I definitely,
Good
my
for
goal
you.
would be like a year from now. I would definitely love to run a short storyline with Christian Black.
Justin Ardeen.
I would love to run a. I would. You know what? I would like to get Dustin in and out of the ring a couple times up here, and then run a storyline. Student versus teacher.
That would be, definitely. See.
The dark side versus the light side. Only this one I get to be Vader,
Kinda
and he's
like-
Obi-Wan,
Kind of like passing the torch.
Hey, that's his dream. He likes Obi-Wan.
and I like Vader. Vader wins. Now I am the owner.
So
Kind of like passing the torch.
Yeah.
yeah, exactly. And I mean, so what about? And you obviously said that you want to stay a commentator. No chances of
I
getting in
have,
the ring.
I have fun doing commentation. It's just different. It's something different that I've never done before, and I think I have a kind of a knack for it. So
Oh, now you're a co-host.
yeah,
So, looking at the commentators that are
Yeah.
obviously in the business,
Michael Cole.
exactly. Who do you see yourself wanting to be?
I'm thinking I'm trying to get Prospector to be kind of a blend of JR and Jay the King Lawler.
Say puppies for me.
Puppies. And because, JR had that over the top, oh my God, and, calling it as it is, as it's happening. He did not have a script. And you had, Jerry, who was just funny and just comedic, and it balanced both of them out perfectly.
I have a question.
Yeah.
So does that mean we're gonna have a W.W.C.W. Prospector barbecue and hot sauce line?
Maybe.
I like the sound of this.
Well, those are some good people. Well,
Well, what about you? What do you're a mom. You've got a show. You sing. You dance. You do the cha-cha. What
What's
do you
your
want out of us?
aspirations?
honestly, I just want to continue doing what I'm doing. I enjoy it. I mean, obviously, I'd love to be discovered with my voice. It's something I've always wanted. But, I mean, even if it sticks right here in Reno, I once a month I get to do something I love to do. And that's the
Once a month?
important
What are you
thing.
talking about? We're a once a week now, baby.
You know what I mean, though. I'm talking about my music. But with that said, I do say that we do have to end this. It's been wonderful. Thank you so much for tuning in with us. As always, I'm your host, Challon, and my co-host, the Prospector, on our first episode of Welcome to the West with our first guest, Chaz Masters, the owner. I hope all of you guys have a wonderful rest of your day, and God bless.